I'm just a guy who loves Disney and has way too much time on his hands. As always, if anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I'm here to rate, review, and describe all of your favorite things from the magical world of Disney. I'm File91e and welcome to my Disney news and reviews. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Disney news and reviews. I'm File91e. And I want to apologize for last week. I had a lot of technical glitches. I recently found out again, as I told you last week, that my house is haunted, and you know, it just gets crazy. So if these haunts like to mess with my camera this week, I apologize. So they shouldn't. You know, I threatened them with, you know, calling the Ghostbusters. Yeah, that's right. And also, it seems like a family of spiders have decided to make their home right by my editing station, and this isn't good, because I don't like spiders. I don't like bugs. I'm not happy. So let's just move on and get right to the news. Now this is pretty interesting. Walt Disney World is now experimenting with new crowd control methods in some of its busiest quick service restaurants in the Magic Kingdom. Disney has begun restricting access but guaranteeing seating during particularly busy lunch rushes. Managers say the approach helps smooth out traffic in part by eliminating the need for groups to split up and send someone to order food while another one holds an open table, something that can clog up as much as 1/3 of a restaurant's capacity at any given time. They just want to try to smooth some of that, some of the rough edges out, just to, so you can get in and out without, too much of a long wait. Splash Mountain will be closing for its annual refurbishment on January 3rd, 2010, and will reopen on the 28th. It always does a refurbishment during January. It's the cold month. Nobody should be getting on Splash Mountain anyway. You can risk hypothermia. Princess Tiana, star of the upcoming Walt Disney Pictures animated feature film, The Princess and the Frog, has made her first appearance in a series of press shots at the Magic Kingdom. So she finally made it to the Magic Kingdom. Princess Tiana and other characters from the movie will star in Tiana's Showboat Jubilee, a parade with a jazz-filled Mardi Gras theme. The party then moves on board the Liberty Bell riverboat, all the while singing and dancing to all that jazz. Songs from the film will add to the show and will be performed 3 times daily. The experience will run through January 3rd, 2010, so it's a limited time only thing, so check that out if you're going down. So I got 2 other movies, two Halloween themed movies to review this time, so let's get right to those. In an effort to actually quicken the story synopsis on these next 2, because I don't think a lot of you have actually seen these movies, in an effort to quicken the synopsis of this whole thing, I actually wrote it down and I want to just read it to you, because there's a lot of uhs and ahs with me, so I can never get everything all kinds of straight up here, just the way I am. But the first thing I'm going to review is Frankenweenie. Yes, Frankenweenie. You might not know what Frankenweenie is, but this was Tim Burton's first movie with the Walt Disney Company. This is Tim Burton's take on the Frankenstein story. Now let me give you a pretty short synopsis on this whole thing. Victor Frankenstein is a young boy who creates movies starring his dog Sparky. After Sparky is hit by a car, Victor learns at school about electrical impulses in muscles and gets the idea to bring his pet back to life. Now, while Victor is pleased, his neighbors are terrified by the animal, and when the Frankensteins decide to introduce the revitalized Sparky to them, they become angry and afraid, just like in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. See the crossovers there? Sparky runs away with Victor in pursuit, and they find themselves at a local miniature golf course to hide in its flagship windmill. The Frankenstein's neighbors, now an angry mob, arrive on the scene, and while using a cigarette lighter to try and see into the windmill accidentally is lit on fire. Victor falls and is knocked out, but Sparky rescues him from the flames, but in turn gets crushed by the windmill. The mob, realizing its error, uses their cars along with jumper cables to recharge Sparky. He is revived and all celebrate. it was funny that this is Tim Burton's first foray into movies with Disney. This was only 29 minutes long, and Burton was fired from Disney after making this movie because they thought he just wasted a ton of money on this whole thing. It was a waste of Disney resources. Then Burton got, you know, famous by doing Batman and Edward Scissorhands and all that. So Disney was like, oh man, maybe we made a mistake. So he went on to do Nightmare Before Christmas, which is one of Disney's best movies ever, you know, highest grossing and one of, you know, Disney's most loved. So the Disney Burton relationship was kind of patched up. You can actually see Frankenweenie on the Nightmare Before Christmas like Uber Special Edition. It's one of the bonus features. I remember seeing it when I was on the old Disney Channel when I was like around like 4 or 5, and I enjoyed it. So I'm going to give Frankenweenie 3 stars. They're actually remaking this with Tim Burton's. He's going to make it into a full feature-length movie with a scheduled release date of around 2011. So that should be cool. You know, just keep your eye out for that. Nobody's sure if it's going to be in the claymation sort of thing. So who knows about that? You know, the stop-motion action. So let's get right on to the next one. Frankenweenie, 3 stars. Okay, the next movie I'm going to review is the Black Cauldron. Yes, the infamous Black Cauldron movie. This was released around 1985, and it was right before The Little Mermaid. Not one of Disney's finest efforts, but it has a small following, you know, for people who actually like it. I am not one of those people, but I'll tell you why in a minute. Let me give you a brief synopsis of what this is. The story revolves around Taryn, who is a pig keeper with big dreams of becoming a warrior. It is revealed that one of his pigs, Henwen, is magical and can do many different things. Henwen is kidnapped by an evil lord known as the Horned King, and he hopes Henwen will show him the way to the Black Cauldron, which has the power to create a legion of invincible undead warriors. Yes, this is Disney, and they're talking about undead warriors. With the aid of a couple creatures and Princess Eloise, who winds up being his love interest, Taryn tries to save the world of Prydain from the Horned King. As the new friends face the witches, elves, and magical swords, and the cauldron itself, Taryn starts to learn what being a hero really means, and that there are some things more important than glory. It cost $25 million to actually make, but it returned less than $10 million. It was the first one. It was the first Disney movie to get a PG rating. It's also the first Disney movie to have blood. I really don't know what else to say aside from I don't like it. To me, I just don't think it's a good Disney movie. It's not a good representation of what Disney can do. But a lot of people like it, so I urge you to watch it and judge for yourself. But I'm not a Black Cauldron fan. I watched it recently, yawned through it, and was like, wow, that's not any good. So, Black Cauldron, I'm going to give 2 stars. There is some decent parts in it. The animation's alright, but you know, it's really not anything good. So the Black Cauldron, I want to give 2 stars. Well, that's going to wrap up this week's Disney News and Reviews. Check out my 2 bonus videos that are going to be coming following these, you know, in the days to come. Just check those out. But yeah, so did you hear that? Sounds like knocking. That is my door. It's, you know, somebody's knocking. WDWmagic.com. Thanks. Jeez. Okay, I'm coming. God, I'll be right back, guys. I'm sorry. Can I help you? Are you the man known as File91e?
Yeah.
You've just been served.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that. Apparently I've been served. I'm not quite sure what that means, so let me kind of see here. I hate envelopes. Alright, oh jeez. I've been served with a subpoena to appear on real court to defend my stance on the Black Cauldron. Now, some of you might not know what Real Court is. It's where it's where you go to persecute failed movies, and there's an attorney there that will be defending these bad movies as to why, you know, they're not so bad, you know, and don't be so harsh on them. So I have to go and defend my stance and persecute the Black Cauldron, which really shouldn't be an easy, a hard task to do, just because of how crappy that movie really is. So I will be appearing on Real Court soon enough. I have to read the rest of it. I'm not going to read it to you right now, but you know, stay tuned, because I will be appearing on Real Court in the next you know, coming weeks. So I'll let you know when. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next week.